This video is going to show you what features and functionality are in the embedded web page of your network-enabled HP multifunction printer. For this video example, we're going to use the Officejet 7400. The only way to see this page is to know the IP address of the printer, and the best way to find that is if you know it's on a network, you can walk up to the printer and actually print off a configuration page that would have the IP address of the printer. And this is assuming that you know what address this printer has. And we go and open up any browser. For example, we're using Firefox, and we type in the IP address up in the search bar. So now we're at the page, and we can take a look at what information it can show us. The big information is the ink levels. If you ever want to know how much ink you have left, this gives a good estimate of what ink you have left. So here we have about 70% on our black, and we have 60% on the color. You can go over here and look at network information, and the nice thing about the embedded web page is you can mouse over anything and it'll give you a description of what that button does. And click on network info, it'll give us the host name, active gateway, our DNS server address. Also show if we're on a wired or wireless network, since this printer can be on both networks at the same time if you wanted to be. It shows us our wireless IP address and subnet mask. It also has application on here for a scan utility. You could actually scan a document into your PC by placing the document on the flatbed and using this utility to scan, and the image would be sent to your PC. We can show you how to set that up in another video. But we have options here for color, black and white, or text, and we also have options for sizes of what image you were going to scan. But as default, we're going to leave it as letter. And if there was something in the flatbed, you could hit the preview button, and it would scan what was in the flatbed and show you an image. And if it was what you wanted, you could then hit the scan button and scan the image into your PC. So let's click on the networking tab. And here we have options for wired and wireless networks. And right off the bat, it shows us the host name. And if we click on the wireless tab, it'll bring us to a wireless setup wizard. And if we were on a wired network and you wanted to enable wireless printing, you could come here and set this up. But right now we're going to take a look at the IP configuration. And in here we can have automatic or manual IP address. You would have automatic check marked if you were on a DHCP network where the router was actually giving out an IP address and you wanted the router to assign a specific IP address. Since we want a manual IP address, we click the manual IP and we type in our IP address in these fields. If you click under the Advanced tab, it shows that we have wireless enabled. You can disable wireless on these printers just by checking disabled. Shows our network ID name, or SSID. It shows right here we're using web encryption. You could use WPA or set that up. It's probably more secure. And it has other advanced settings. We can take a look at our security tab here. And in this tab we can set a password so nobody could access the embedded web page on this printer, and you could keep it secured if you needed to.